Hello, I'm Steven, Sebastian, and special guest SpongeBob here. Welcome to Westeros' finest radio podcast. Welcome to Game of Thrones.
Today we're going to be talking about the history of the Starks. Enjoy.
The Starks are one of the most important houses. Ned Stark, the husband of Catelyn Tully, is the father of 5 kids: Arya, Sansa, Rickon, Robb, and Brandon Stark. He also has a bastard son named Jon Snow, but he's not really part of his family. His stepmom hated him and prayed for his own death. The Starks were chosen by the king to rule the North, and that's where they got their title of the Wardens of the North. They ruled the North from Stony Shore east to Widow's Watch west, and Greywater Watch south to the Gift north.
Let's start talking about the family. So, first of all, let's talk about the youngest son, Rickon.
Wasn't really the brightest one.
Nope, not at all. All he needed to do was run the zigzag.
But no, he had to run in a straight line right to safety towards Jon Snow.
Yeah. Ramsay Bolton missed 3 of his arrows when he was running in a straight line, but no, let's keep running in a straight line. And he got shot.
If only he missed the third shot.
Yeah, and that was his whole importance in the whole show. It's quite
That's
Quite
pretty,
sad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's go to the second one now. Who's the second one?
Let's talk about Brandon Stark.
Brandon, right, the crippled.
Yeah, who's now apparently the three-eyed raven after he survived this weird snow adventure into the...
So he can
North.
see in the past, future, and present. So he knows about everything that's happening in the world.
Yeah, and the saddest part is that he knows a bunch of things, but decides not to say it. For example, he knew that the White Walkers were going to invade all of Westeros and break the wall with this dragon that they're going to take control of, but no, you know what? He had more important things to
It
do.
wasn't important.
Yeah, he had to give a knife to his sister because that was way more important than telling everybody that they're going to die. He's very mad. He's very mad at everybody.
He's a special child.
Yeah.
I wish he died in season 1.
Well, we all thought he did.
Jamie didn't finish the job.
Oh, yeah, because he got pushed off the tower after seeing Jamie and Cersei having some fun in the towers.
All right, next
Some
kid.
Sister and brother action.
Next. So next up is Arya Stark.
She has more balls than Reek and the whole Unsullied army combined.
Pretty sad. You know, it's actually fun seeing her. She runs around with a sword named Needle, given by his not so bastard son Jon Snow at season 2.
Yeah,
Yeah. Arya decided just to go on, have a killing spree, kill everybody that she hates.
Yeah, she wrote this list and she was like, you know what? Let's just go around killing them. Doesn't matter if they're queens, whatever. Let's just hope for the best. Most of them died before she can kill them, but you know, she tried.
Also in season 3, also in season 3, she was taught how to transform into other people such as Walder Frey and
Yeah, well, okay, not exactly transform. Just kill them, skin their faces, and then stick them on. Which kind of is gross, but you know.
it's actually pretty cool. If I had that power, I'd be happy.
She got taught by somebody who had a temple of ripped off faces. Okay, do you know that's kind of weird?
Yeah, you called the many-faced god for a reason.
Yeah, well, and then she became blind for some point. Anyways, very confusing.
Yeah,
It was very long.
you guys have to watch the show. Right. So next up on the list is Sansa.
Oh, I hate Sansa.
Oh, Sansa, good old Sansa.
Everybody hates Sansa. Anyways, so Sansa, she's not very important in the whole series. She just gets mistreated and raped by the guys in the show.
Sansa has been raped and used by more people than there are living Tarleys. Next up, our favorite character, Jon Snow.
Probably one of the most important characters in the whole show.
You know what? He's one heck of a character. Jon Snow has been through so much. He's died. He's come back to life.
Has he died twice now? Or just once?
Jesus, man.
Oh, yeah, once.
Anyway.
He's not like Beric Dondarrion yet.
Because
That guy came back like 9 times.
yeah, he was stabbed by the Watch.
Yeah,
Which-
so
So Jon Snow essentially was a bastard son that was hated by his mom and, well, not really loved by his father, but completely indifferent, right? Treated him the same way. But he decided to join
The Night's Watch.
The Night's Watch. So essentially, the Night's Watch is this group of guys.
People, the
No,
criminals, some of them.
they're guys. They have to
Yeah,
be,
well, there's criminals too that
Yeah,
both
they're
like,
guys.
there's guys that
They're
are
criminals.
yeah,
They're outcasts.
So basically, there's everything.
yeah,
except
basically
women.
they're everything. And
They're
sometimes-
basically the rejects of the world.
And there's no women.
and for some punishments, they even send you to
The
where
wall.
to take in the Night Watch. So when you get into the Night's Watch, you make this whole
You go through this training.
Thing,
You
yeah.
gotta learn how to fight because basically what the Night Watcher does has to. There's a big wall separating the kingdoms and the
well the
The
snow.
wild-
the
Wildlands.
free world.
Yeah, the Wildlands.
So back to Jon Snow. Jon Snow was murdered for many reasons.
So the main reason is because at one point he went on this expedition in the north, and they got caught by wildlings, and he was like blah 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 blah, I'm your friend, and then he slept with one of the
wildling,
girls, yeah, and sleeping with people in the Night's Watch is called
Illegal.
a betrayal and everything. Also,
Hey, no, it's not. They're
He-
not allowed to wed. There's nothing about sleeping with someone else. It's you can't father no children. But the issue there is because she was a wildling, so she was the enemy.
well there you go.
Well,
And then-
there's our producer.
but- And the main reason that he was killed was because he wanted to build an alliance between the wildlings and the people of the kingdom, mostly the north, so that they
They
could
can-
have the wildlings help to kill the White Walkers. And they didn't. One of the main reasons that he wanted to do this was because if they get killed by the White Walkers, they become zombies, right? Well, the
Dead
equivalent
people.
of zombies. And so they want the least amount of enemies to fight, and you might as well make allies when you can. And there was this little kid that he was
His name was Ollie.
Ollie, that he was taking care of, and he wasn't happy about that because a lot of the members of the Night's Watch, a lot of friends and family were killed by wildlings. So he decided to start this sort of rebellion thing to kill Jon Snow for what he's done. So they all went in a line and started stabbing him, and as they stabbed him, they said, "For the Night's Watch."
So for those who did not,
For to watch.
For the watch.
for those who did not really watch the show or really like understand anything, basically it's one small problem that became this huge problem because of one character, and that one character is Brandon Stark.
Thank
Well,
you.
no, okay. That's this whole hypothesis that Brandon Stark's the reason for everything, but we're not going to get into such intricacies.
Okay, we'll keep for another video.
So, after he got killed, what's her name? The girl of the fire or
Oh,
whatever?
the
Yes.
Melisande.
Mi-
Melisande.
Melisandre.
Yeah,
Something like that.
Melisande.
Anyways, that girl.
Yeah.
She's essentially a priest who believes in the fire god, and she brought Jon Snow back to life. And then
Right.
everybody was like, "Oh my God, Jon Snow's back to life! He must become the king."
So when he came back, he started burning all the people who stabbed him, including the little kid.
Yeah, and then they made him the king of the north.
Yeah.
In which place he met the Mrs. Targaryen right now.
Daenerys
So,
Targaryen,
Daenerys
which
Tar-
is technically his aunt.
Yeah, well, that's interesting
Well, that's-
because he also sleeps with her.
Yeah,
But
and
Yeah.
that's something else that Bran will probably see and be traumatized of.
Mhm.
Who would want to be Bran at this time, eh?